Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365 and another month is in the book, so here's everything I picked up on Blu-ray 4K and 3D in December 2019. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. You can also find me over Twitter and Instagram at Movie Guy 365, as well as over at the Disney Magic Hour podcast. I will leave a link for that in the description. Alright, so another month is over and I picked up quite a few things in the month of December, but it's actually the month itself didn't really have a whole lot going on as far as new releases go. So a lot of these are going to be just kind of a little bit of mixture of new release plus a little catalog here and there. But overall, you know, Christmas shopping and other kind of stuff, and also, you know, whatever, it's just wasn't a heavy particular month as far as my purchases go. Now that looks like it's all going to change over in January. There's quite a few releases and I have my eye on a few things on the catalog side. So we back up to full strength. There's just, you know, the holidays kill it for everybody. But anyway, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump into Blu-ray. And this one I picked up because I've been wanting to pick this up for a while, but I just can't justify paying, you know, more than like a certain price for it. But it was like $5. It comes with a slipcover. I also love this movie quite a bit. And that is Bill Murray in Scrooged. I have such fond memories of this one. I even was talking a bit on my live stream. I had a classmate. I grew up in Southern California and I had a classmate that was an extra on this one, and he's on the camera shot for a few seconds. It's like I always see him on there and I'm like, ah, there he is. But it's just kind of a funny movie in that sense. And actually, a funny story, my wife just watched this for the first time recently and she liked it. She actually did dig this one. So yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with Bill Murray and Scrooge. It was absolutely a cool film. My next one I picked up, that is Greta. This one was a really cheap purchase, you know, as far as I was waiting for the price to come down on that one. You know, like they like to retail these at 23 bucks these days, and if it's a movie I've never really seen before and I'm just kind of iffy on it, I like to wait for the price to go down. So under 10 bucks is not going to be bad for that one, and it came with a slipcover, so I really dig that. But yeah, the film itself, it's okay, it's pretty good. This was actually a blind buy, and I just rewatched this one, or just watched this one, and it's just, you know, it's cool. You know, Chloe Grace Moretz is pretty cool, and it's just an interesting little thriller. You know, it's nothing special. It's not gonna light the world on fire, but it's still a cool movie. Definitely check that one out if you get a chance. This one is a film that I saw in the theater. I still even remember the exact theater I saw it, and I dig the film quite a bit. And it was out of print for quite a while, so I'm glad they did a recent re-release, and that is Jeff Bridges in White Squall. Just dig this movie quite a bit. A lot of fun as far as just like a good maritime adventure, and it's just it's really well done. Ridley Scott, once again, one of his more underappreciated films, and it's great cinematography, great, you know, characters. Just the acting is really good, and considering it is based off a true story, it gives you that much more like strength behind it. So definitely check out White Squall if you get a chance. This one was also a blind buy. I did a review of it recently, so you might want to go back on the channel, check that out. That is Ethan Hawke in Adopt a Highway. It's definitely, you know, a movie like this could really kind of lend itself to be very heavy, and I'm glad they don't really go that way. I kind of like a little more of an uplifting story. It's a very interesting tale. Ethan Hawke plays a guy that just got out of prison due to the 3 strikes rule, just for having like a little ounce of pot. And, you know, he's trying to put his life back together, and a couple circumstances happen. He finds an abandoned baby, and then things take off from there. It's a really interesting study of a good character, and I think Ethan Hawke does a really good job in it. It's absolutely worth checking out if you get a chance. Another one that came out this month, the brand new one, was Renee Zellweger in Judy. I did a recent review of this one as well, so go ahead and check that out on the channel. I'm a big fan of Judy Garland. I think she was like just Hollywood royalty and the golden age of Hollywood, but she had a lot of problems, and there was a lot of you know, drama in her life, and just things didn't end up as they, you know, in a fairy tale way. But I think Renee Zellweger did a wonderful job in this one. It is absolutely just really a good movie, and I would recommend this one also very highly. That's it for standard Blu-rays. A couple 3Ds. This one literally just made it under the wire, and that is the 3D German import of Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. And it's a good, I like the movie. It's a good spin-off. It's not great, but it's still a lot of fun. And the 3D is very good. There's a lot of good immersion into it, especially when it's coming from the outdoor scenes. I think those are your best examples of it. A good amount of pop out here and there. And it's just like, it's like really being inside a epic stunt show with this movie. It's just like one of those. But absolutely check that out if you get a chance. That one is an import title. They don't sell that one here in the States, unfortunately. So just if you want to check it out, Amazon Germany, I believe, has it, and also a couple other countries. This one was sold in the States, but this one was also like one of those where it was really expensive for some reason. And that is a 3D edition of Abominable from Universal. Decent film, good 3D effect, animation style is really nice, and I think you should check it out. Just like, even if you just want to get the 2D, I think really you should, you know, when it comes to more, not independent, but unknown properties, this one is really kind of a beautiful looking movie, and I think that the 3D lends itself really, really well. It's absolutely worth checking out. This one I found at the dollar store of all places, $1. That is 300, Rise of an Empire. I knew there was a 3D edition of this one. I never had a chance to check it out. I still haven't watched the 3D version of this, but that's on my short to-do list. But hey, $1. Come on. I mean, you really can't beat that one. All right, so we're going to jump right into the 4Ks here. I know they released these individually, it was early November, but early November was so heavy. There was a lot being released that week. A lot of Disney animated stuff and just crazy amount of titles coming in November. But this one, I got all three of them eventually, and this was the last one at World's End in 4K. I like this one a lot. I think out of the three Cornetto movies, I would go Shaun of the Dead, At World's End, and then Hot Fuzz. I do enjoy all of them. I just recently rewatched Hot Fuzz, and I remember seeing that one first, and I wasn't a huge fan of it, but then it grew on me. It really did. I think Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are magic together. They're a really good combo. But yeah, At World's End, there's some good one-liners in there. It's really a cool looking kind of film, and I think the 4K does it fairly good justice. Also coming out, or also picked up this past month, It Chapter 2 in the Best Buy exclusive steelbook here. Obviously I think the general consensus is that It Chapter 2 is not as good as It Chapter 1, but I still think it's worth picking up in 4K. I think it looks spectacular. The black levels are really good, detail, and just overall, just the big Dolby Vision, push are very, very good here, and it looks fantastic overall. And I'm a fan of the movies. It has its weak spots, but I would love to see that supercut that allegedly is going to be made at some point. But it would just be too awkward not to have It Chapter 2 in the collection, sitting right next to the first one. But yeah, It Chapter 2, steelbook form. And another one that's a little bit divisive among fans is Rambo: Last Blood. My only real problem with this movie is, I know what it is. It's kind of a dumb, Rambo meets Home Alone. But I wish we would have gotten the international cut with this. I think the extra 15 minutes might have changed the movie a bit. Maybe it would have brought some people over and, that kind of thing. But I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's fun. It's stupid. I think at this point we kind of accept these movies for what they are. It's a good throwback to the 80s. And it feels that way. And it's kind of like a nice warm action adventure blanket. And I enjoyed it a lot. But I'll be on the lookout for that international cut at some point. Another one is Ad Astra. Mixed feelings about the movie, or especially the third act of this one, but I think it's beautifully shot for the most part. It really sounds great. The 4K is awesome on this. It's really a good contender for one of the demos. It just missed my own personal list of 2019. I did a video for that one. Check that one out. But yeah, I think overall it's a really cool, kind of film. Just a little goofy towards the end, but I think absolutely worth checking out. And finally, this month is the 4K edition of Abominable. Like I mentioned with the 3D, it's a good story. I think the 4K really looks awesome here. It makes great use of that color, just good amount of detail also that we don't get exactly on the 2D or the 3D Blu Ray, but you get a lot more bang for your buck here. And I think both copies honestly are worth picking up. But yeah, the 3D, the 4K of Abominable, both available if you want to check those out. Yeah, like I said, kind of a short month overall as far as releases go. I apologize for that. It's just, holidays get in the way and all that stuff, but it'll be back up to full strength in January. I can't wait to see what else is coming out. We got a lot of good steelbooks on the way, and the first 3 months of this year are really starting to shape up as good Blu-ray and 4K months, so stay tuned for those titles. All right, let me know in the comments below what you picked up in 2019 of December of 2019. And in the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.